Hey guys, this is Primeval, about to get started with my Brave New World single-player playthrough. Looking at the comments, it looks like Shoshone won by a landslide. As for map type, that was a little more up in the air. I did like the suggestion to mix things up. On multiplayer, we generally play with one landmass, so going continents here might be good for the single-player playthrough. Standard is standard for single-player, as is standard pace, although going to quick might get me a little more used to timings in terms of getting back into multiplayer. And of course we'll be playing on Deity. Now there were some calls for playing on huge, but to keep the turn times down, I think I'm going to go with standard for now. But if there's a lot of clamoring for larger maps and maybe more AI players, we can certainly give that a try in a later playthrough. Now in terms of settings, all of this is default. I've disabled time, and I've enabled quick combat and quick movement to try to hurry up the turn time. Okay, so I'm talking over the intro voice here. It seems like my recording software freezes in between the loading screens. So let's see what our starting location looks like. This looks quite interesting. We've got a coast, which will be good since we are on a continent and we'll want to meet and as well as field a decent navy, as well as sending out our naval trade routes. We've got two sources of wheat, although one of them is a desert wheat, so that's not quite as good. And we've got two coppers. Having the mining luxury resources is nice, as well as a cotton here. So let's explore around a little more and settle our first city. I think this spot is fine. We've got everything we want nearby. Now, the Shoshone's unique ability is that they have extra culture to expand their borders every time they settle a new city. So that's really nice. We've got, let's see now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra tiles compared to a normal civ. And one nice thing about having that unique ability, okay, so the other part of the unique ability is their troops have enhanced combat strength within their lands, but since the unique ability isn't geared towards a particular victory condition, this will allow us to play it by ear, or maybe have you guys in the comments try to guide us as to what victory condition I should be going for. Now, I do want to get 2 of these Pathfinders, since they are one of the unique units, with the special ability of being able to choose what ancient rune or what reward you get from ancient runes. So let's start off by building a second one of those, and let's switch this over to production focus, but I'll try to grow quickly first and get a little extra gold and production out of the production focus trick in a mere 5 turns, since we're getting a whopping 3 food off of that oasis. Now to start things off, I think so. I could well get some horses here on these plains, but I might want to go pottery so that I can build a shrine, and if I'm lucky, be able to grab desert folklore here, since we've got 2 nice desert tiles that will definitely be working, and possibly a 3rd eventually. So founding a religion would be nice, but it might not happen on Deity, depending on who our opponents are. So here we're about to see our special ability here. I'm going to start off, since we're going to get the new population in 4 turns, I'm not going to go for that. I don't need gold right away. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of gold off of meeting city-states. A map, new tech might be nice, but as well, upgrading here gets us up to composite bowman, which is pretty amazing for turn 1. But I think I want to get culture going so that we can unlock liberty and get the +1 culture from that policy rolling as soon as possible, with our unique ability getting us all this extra territory every time we settle a new city. That fits very nicely with going liberty and expanding fairly rapidly. So this is continents, but from the looks of it, we could be on an island to ourselves, which would put a damper on trying to take advantage of the new trade routes mechanic. Okay, so some more ancient runes, and that's definitely what I like to see. So let's see what our options are here. So we can get a new population, although that's one turn away. A tech is an option, but I think I may as well grab the upgrade here. So we've got a composite bow at turn 4, which is pretty sweet. The AI on Deity will surely soon surpass us, but I'm definitely pleased to have the composite bow. Opening up Liberty, and that pushes us up to 2 culture per turn, and we've also just grown. So here, let's keep us on the desert copper tile so that we can push out that second Pathfinder a little sooner. And then after we finish that Pathfinder, I'll want to try and grow a little faster. And I'll probably switch over to this grain here for the 2 food and the 1 production. So we'll send this Pathfinder north once he's done. It's possible that we're off to a little elbow that ends here, and that we do have a lot of space to ourselves. We'll see soon enough. Alright, so there's Pathfinder number 2. Hopefully we'll be able to abuse their special ability quite nicely. Let's go grab that shrine now. And, well, if I do want to finish that shrine quickly, we could finish the shrine in 1 turn versus not getting our next population. 1 turn, 1 extra faith might make a difference. So I don't think anyone else has founded a Pantheon yet, so let's try for that. No, at the rate that the AIs acquire their faith, I think it's better to grow to the next population first. But next up, let's go for animal husbandry. Maybe we'll get some horses on these plains tiles. And, oh, here's Babylon. And they're about to settle on the copper. So our copper was not very unique there. And yes, let's switch ourselves over to a little faster growth. Though there's 7 turns, 8 turns until the shrine. Okay, so there goes a Pantheon. Someone grabbed Goddess of Protection. That's fine by me. I wouldn't mind picking up Desert Folklore. So 1, 2, 3. The Desert Marble is out of range. And it does look like we're at a bit of a peninsula here, although here we've got a bunch of other nice desert tiles, so if we settle another city up here and get Desert Folklore, that'll be a nice trickle of faith there for very little investment. Now, we've got Babylon relatively nearby. Let's see, we've got some runes as well, but that Babylonian scout is going to beat us to them, unfortunately, and we'll have to send this guy back home. So, looks like we haven't gotten too lucky with the runes, which is too bad. That's a waste of our unique unit. Hopefully we'll something new, and so that was a misclick. I shouldn't have used up all of my movement there on the zone of control. I should have headed towards either the salt or the copper there. Any event, I have to bring Pathfinder number 2 out to explore the rest of the continent. Okay, so we've only gotten the 2 runes so far, the culture and the upgrade to a composite bow. I am liking the addition of these axemen. They're stronger than the warrior, and it adds some nice diversity to the barbarians there. Definitely liking that change. And we are in a corner, so at least we'll be safe with minimal tensions with our neighbors. So at least early game, I'm thinking we'll get some nice trade going. Getting a nice naval route going with Smarkland will definitely increase our gold per turn. And we could also do a naval trade route with this Babylonian city there, and that'll actually be good. It'll get us a nice science boost. Okay, greetings, Shaka. I see there's nothing we can trade. So that might be an option, going and opening up sailing to get a trickle of free science going. Especially on Deity, the science you get from trade routes is significant. You'll probably get 4 or 5 science off of a trade route. So Shaka's already ready to go to war. I think we'll stay out of that for now. Yeah. Okay, so we did get to reveal some horses here. Let's go lock that down. And choose production. Granary would be good. Caravan wouldn't be bad. I'm not entirely sure what the range on a caravan is. Hoping that will be in range of grabbing Smarkland there. But for now, why don't we go and grab ourselves a granary, and since we'll be able to enhance both of these wheat tiles, got 2 horse tiles, which is quite nice. Should we continue growing or hope to get another rune? It looks like we're pretty much done as far as runes go for now. So we'll have to do everything the hard way. Let's go mining here so that our worker has something to do, and once we get it, and keep on hoping for more runes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure the trade distance should let us grab Smarkland there, but I'd rather open trade with an AI first to get that science boost rather than with a city-state. City-states are nice to open trade routes later in the game, since they'll often give quests for opening trade routes with them, and so I'd rather wait for one of those quests to start opening trade with them rather than going on anything before that. So there's Mount Kalish. It's a little far away from us. We're probably not going to be able to grab that anytime soon. We will want to go and send a settler out here somewhere, lock off all that sugar, although sugar is not unique to our region either, so maybe that's not as much of a priority as it could be. We just met a city-state. We were the first to meet them for the 30 gold. That's definitely nice. And still no more ancient runes. Alright, so we can go grab Republic, which will help us building our granary and get us closer to that free settler. So let's go that way. And may as well weaken that archer, which would take some shots at us. Okay, we've got a barbarian encampment here, so we'll need a military escort for the free settler, which is coming in 31 turns unless we get some more culture rolling. We should probably go and build ourselves that monument. Okay, still no more runes. Got an upgrade we can take here. We should probably just go and run away. And let's go and pledge to protect. Tire here to offset the loss of influence from trespassing. And we'll just go and heal up there for a little bit. It's been fairly disappointing in as far as finding ancient runes goes. So we do have the option of stealing a worker from Smarkland and bringing it over, although I do want to try to push my luck with this Pathfinder and try to grab a rune. Hopefully we will be able to grab that one. If we do need a military escort for our settler and to clear that camp, we'll probably want archery here. Okay, good. So those runes are still there. Let's see. We can grab a technology. Ooh. Okay, wait. Let's see now. Desert Folklore is still available. If we go and grab a bunch of faith, we'll be able to found ourselves a Pantheon and then get a whole bunch more free faith. Or at least 2 more free faith, so long as we work those 2 desert tiles, and then eventually sink our 2nd or 3rd city up in that desert tip. Okay, we can found a Pantheon. Let's go grab Desert Folklore there. So now we're at 2 faith. If we switch ourselves over, we still grow in 4 turns versus 3 turns. Alright, I'm fine with that. Choose production. Let's go grab a monument. 3 faith per turn. That's reasonable. We're only on turn 25, so that's just fine. Let's see now. We should get back to exploring with this guy, otherwise all of the ancient ruins will have disappeared. Another city-state and another city-state. Bands of Congo and Geneva. Since both of those states were met, likely the AI scouts have been all over this area, and our chances of picking up more ancient ruins are not the best. Okay, this is going to time out nicely. We'll finish the monument just as we finish researching archery, and then we can start work on an archer, which we can use to weaken down these barbarians and act as an escort for our settler. Now, I'm assuming that that's coast, so we won't bother exploring in that direction. Trade, embassies. So, with Brave New World, the AI will no longer trade lump sum gold unless you've have a declaration of friendship with them. I quite like that change. It stops you from being quite as exploitive with the whole lump sum gold trading, and it actually makes a declaration of friendship mean something substantial. So let's go and grab that archer. So since there's no more lump sum gold trading, as soon as you meet someone, there's no reason, or you're unable to sell your embassies for 25 gold, so I'll just hang on to those and then swap embassy for embassy later on. It'll also be good for establishing good trade relations and good relations overall, having the mutual embassies. So, what do we want next? Grabbing sailing so we can get a cargo ship going wouldn't be bad. Also, getting our calendar would be good as well. Let's try for calendar for now, since I don't know. Okay, let's go sailing, and we'll go and build ourselves a cargo ship so that we can get the extra science going by trading with the Babylonians. And hopefully we can trust the Babylonians and Smarkland to clear out any barbarians that might exist in the path in between our capital and our intended trading partner. Okay, so we just grew there again. Now if I want to grow a little faster and also get a little more faith rolling, I can work that desert tile, but that does slow the archer down by a turn. I think I would rather have the 5th citizen rather than have the archer out one turn sooner, so let's go with that. Having the extra faith definitely sweetens the deal in terms of working that desert wheat tile. Another city-state, we've got the Iroquois lands, so finding more ancient ruins is not looking too hopeful here. Okay, so the plan here is to expand to a good 4 cities somewhere in this little arm here, and probably try to maintain good relations with our neighbors, get our libraries and national college online, get some good trade going, and then hopefully, even though we don't have any unique abilities that help with that, maybe try to go for the cultural victory, since that is the new flavor in Brave New World. But we might have to end up going military and crushing our neighbors, or go for the diplomatic victory, since at least in the one other game I've played with Brave New World, the Diplo victory ended up being the only thing you could go for if you fall too far behind on tech and military, as well as the cultural victory isn't something you can do by accident. In that game I had next to no tourism. So a bunch of people have entered the classical era, and let's see, does anyone want this nearby camp cleared? No. Okay, Mombasa has the Barringer crater. There's some truffles over here, and don't have anything as far as ancient ruins go. Okay, so at least Shaka, who, at least if we follow the stereotype, we expect to be fairly aggressive, has 2 other AI neighbors that are in fairly close proximity to him. So there's our archer done. We could go for a settler or a worker. I think we'll get started on the worker. In this case, I think we're going to try to play nice with the city-states, try to keep our warmonger profile down, and keep the other AIs friendly with us. So this time around, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense from efficiency, I think we're going to avoid worker stealing. Okay, so Shaka wants to go to war with both of his neighbors, which I'd like to encourage, but I would not like to get involved. So there's his capital. These two cities are jammed packed right next to each other, and pretty well defended by all these constrictions from these impassable mountains. Okay. We can start taking some pot shots at this barbarian hand axe. Only 17 damage, that's rough. Okay, let's get our composite bowman back home. We'll definitely need the extra firepower to take care of the barbarians. And it looks like we're pretty much done as far as ancient runes go. That's too bad. Didn't get too much mileage out of our unique unit. Up next, I do want to head over towards engineering to get the extra trade route, if we are going to go the trade route. But revealing iron might be good, especially if it gets us an extra hammer, as well as grabbing calendar would be good as well, but we do have other things for our workers to do once we actually get them. So let's go and grab ironworking and see what that's all about. Do we have iron that we can improve? And I think this archer will be fine standing next to this hand axe for now. Sailing's done. 3 turns until we can grab our free settler, and we can settle him maybe directly on the sugar, so we don't have to worry about improving that. And it also gets us a lot of nice food tiles, jungle bananas, which will be excellent for growth and science. And it still leaves us space for a 4th city somewhere over here, likely on this hill by the river with the 2 fish. And then we can slide the 4th city back there. And if necessary, we can squeeze some garbage 5th cities in. But I think 4 might be just fine. So there goes the Temple of Artemis at turn 39. Faith contest going. We can grab our free settler and almost cleared that hand axe. Some free gold from that encampment. Thanks, Shaka. And ooh, Onondaga is looking pretty nice. Meanwhile, we're still at 4 pop, but hey, that's the way things go when you're playing on Deity. Alright, should we rest up or just bring that composite home as quickly as possible? I think I want to get us a little closer, and then maybe we'll rest up somewhere over by Akkad. Okay, clear that out. There's a new population. I'm happy working the horses there. Let's see, that trims it down to 14 turns. I'll go with the horses. Okay. Okay, so the Iroquois already have a trade route going. Wonder where this is headed off to. I'm not entirely sure, but not towards me. Okay, so they're trading with Babylonians. And I think we will go and drop the city right here. That'll improve the sugar right away. This city will be pretty poor as far as production goes. But it'll have a lot of food, and so it'll grow nicely, and then it'll eventually be a fairly nice science city. So let's go found that city. We do need calendar before we actually get the happiness off of that, so I'll switch over to calendar now. I forgot about that little detail. At least start working down those barbarians a little sooner. And okay, it'll be faster if we improve the desert copper, since we don't have to chop down the forest as well. We're actually working that tile, whereas we're not working the grassland copper. Okay, so a settler might be good right about now, but I think I want to get a cargo ship going, and maybe we'll actually, since we're tight on happiness at the moment, although that'll be remedied once we get the luxuries improved with calendar. But I'm thinking we might hold on 2 cities, build our national college, and then grab the other 2, since this spot would be nice, but it wouldn't really snag us any unique luxuries. We would have to work our way around to the other side of the Babylonians to grab the salt, which might not be a bad idea. But over here, we're going to go and grab ourselves a monument. We'll go production focus and keep ourselves locked onto those sheep. There's no point in working the high food tiles while we're unhappy. It's not nearly as efficient as ignoring food in favor of straight up production. Okay, so more city-states are being protected, and we're knocking down this hand axe. Why don't we just leave this guy to heal up while we're waiting, and we'll take a look at what the Babylonians are up to. Okay, let's get that mine rolling. And actually, while we're unhappy, we may as well stagnate the capital to try to finish that cargo ship a little faster. So let's switch ourselves over there. Shaves 1 turn off the cargo ship. And that's stagnation. That's fine. Okay. Let's see what sort of quests we have. We've got clear a camp that's too far away from us to be relevant. 2 guys going for culture. We're not going to win that one. Someone wants salt. 2 people want salt, and this guy wants horses. So maybe we'll go and pledge to protect them, since we will eventually get the horses online, and it'd be nice to get some ally status out of that. Now, since there are 2 city-state missions asking for salt, maybe I will try to go and 1, 2, 3 settle something over by the salt. Now, getting a settler over there is going to be difficult. It might be easier to go by sea, which means grabbing optics. But I don't really have any other incentive for optics since I only have the 1 sea resource. If we can get our luxuries online and sell them, we could go and buy ourselves a settler and then try to send that settler over to the salt. Okay. Take this hand axe out if we can. Still hoping for the odd ancient rune that the AI scouts may have missed out on. Okay, Shaka really wants help with his war. It's not something I want to involve myself in. Not even a little bit. Okay. Looks like this northern bay area is relatively free of barbarians, which will be good news for our cargo ship. Let's jump up here, see if there's anything. If there is anything, it's blocked off by mountains. Okay. What do we have here? Let's bring our composite home to help deal with the barbarians. Bonus Ares, and let's bring this archer forward to start working down this encampment. Okay, so we are perfectly happy now that we've got calendar for the sugar and we've improved the copper. Up next, let's go and improve the other copper, and hopefully we can sell it. Let's see if we can... well, until we get writing, we won't be able to swap embassies and declare friendship. So maybe... well, yes, let's work together. I guess, embassies aren't actually required for friendship. I'm probably thinking of research agreements. Anyways, so that means we should be able to sell our copper to Shaka or Huatha for a lump sum. Let's go for 210 and 1 gold per turn. An embassy A. Well, what will you give me for that? Okay, so I missed out on a good 14 gold there, but that's alright. I'll swap embassies with him later. There's no need to sell the embassy for a discount rate. And let's get to work on that settler. Looks like we are making maximum hammers here. If we go reset the tiles, lock down all of the hills. That does not speed things up at all. So we may as well get the gold rolling in, as well as the faith. Okay, so that I'd rather have it done in 5 turns than 6. We'll forgo the faith for now. Unless... Alright. Could get 1 faith there rather than the gold. That's fine. Okay, so this worker is going to go and improve that copper, which we'll eventually need to cover our increasing population. Now that we're happy again, perhaps... no, for now I'm happy with the 1 food and 2 hammers from that sheep hill tile. Okay, so here, naval trade route with Akkad gets us 4 gold and 4 science, which increases our science by almost 50%, so definitely worth it. We'll get that rolling, and just hope there's no barbarian encampment right there to destroy our cargo ship. Okay, so next up we could go and grab writing so we can start getting our libraries online. And there goes Hanging Gardens, there goes the Terracotta Army. And we've discovered bronze working. We've got 2 sources of iron nearby, but none within our current borders. Alright. No more ancient ruins. Okay, there's another hand axe. It'll probably go and protect the encampment rather than harass our archer. Here, Huath is willing to buy our embassy. Oh, that's fine. I can pay for an embassy with him once I need it. Let's go take that down, clear this camp before things get out of control. Although, fulfilling a mission for Smarkland might have been nice. We're getting towards founding a religion. Okay, a granary would definitely put us in good shape as far as food goes. Let's start work on a granary and then switch over to a library. Then again, having another archer might be prudent, although we don't have any aggressive military neighbors. The Babylonians are protecting us from the Zulu. Let's go with the granary here. Okay, so the Babylonians are now at war with the Zulu. There go the pyramids, and we've got some more barbarian ships hanging around. I do want to have a quick look. Yep, everything looks safe. That will be a nice, safe trade route. The vision provided by the Babylonians and the city-state should stop any barbarian encampments from spawning along the coast, which means it'll be safe from any barbarian galleys or triremes. Grab a little more experience on that archer. Okay, barbarian galley. We'll go take that out and continue gaining experience. Settler done. Should we churn out a second settler or go for a caravan here? I think we'll stick to just 3 cities for now. Let's go grab ourselves another cargo ship, and then we'll get a trade route going with Smarkland there. The cargo ship, it's 100 hammers for essentially a building that produces 4 gold per turn for now. That's a fair trade. Maybe I would rather have the settler though, since I do have the marble that'll offset that unhappiness. Alright, let's go with the settler, but I'll try to speed things up to 5 turns again. Okay, that's fine. Brings us down to 2 faith per turn, but I'd rather have the settler done a little sooner. So, looks like we can still go for the salt. It'll be hard to, difficult to defend that city since it'll be so distant from the rest of our cities, plus we have to traverse all those jungles. But I do want the salt. It would also fulfill 2 quests here. Let's go and pledge to protect these guys. And just hope we can get over there before the Babylonians settle something. Since they're at war at the moment, that might push them away from the mass settling plan. Oh, actually, let's go and take a look at what policies these people are going for. So, Babylon went piety, that's interesting. So maybe they're not on mass expansion. Zulu went liberty, and Huatha went tradition. Okay, so we're now at maximum experience from barbarians. Let's go and keep an eye on the city-state. And since it looks like our fun with ancient runes is over, we'll just start bringing all of our scouting pathfinders home. Okay. So we're about 45 minutes in. I think I'll cut this video at an hour. Perhaps I should have held off on that fourth settler and gotten your opinion on it, but we'll see if we can find some nice questions to get the group's input on once we leave off at the end of the hour. So, heading towards construction might be a good thing to do, considering we have an aggressive neighbor on the other side of the Babylonians. So, going towards construction and getting our composite bowman online might be a good idea. Going for philosophy might also be reasonable. Trying to get our national college going in a reasonable amount of time. On the other hand, if I do want to go for the whole trading plan, it might make sense to go over towards engineering. Let's take a better look at our tiles here. We are going to want to clear some jungles at some point, if only to get some better movement going, and get access to the 6 iron. But it's not a rush to go towards masonry, although if we settle the 4th city up by the marble, we will need masonry. So let's go do that. We'll go masonry, then over towards construction. Okay, we've got nice vision on the Iroquois cities, good vision on the Babylonian capital. We could swap embassies, or you could pay me. No, we'll just swap embassies there, and then maybe they'll be more likely to want to be friends with us, so that we can sell them some of our luxuries, say when we get the 2nd sugar online. May as well see what's happening in this bit of fog on our way home. So here, 33% of our science is coming from the trade route we have going with Akkad. Although, should Akkad get destroyed by the Zulu, I don't know if our ship gets destroyed, but it'll definitely put a damper on our science boosting plans. Okay, let's go and keep an eye on the salt that we want to settle our 3rd city at. The Iroquois have marble of their own. Okay, we'll be friends with everyone except for the Zulu. Although, really, it might make more sense to be friends with the Zulu and then go and clean up and capture the Babylonian cities for ourselves. That's something that I'd like your input on. What should we do about the Babylonians? Should we let them fall to the Zulu? Should we be in a good position to try to snap up those cities and then put our borders right up against the Zulu? I'm not really sure. Anyways, there's the settler done. Let's go grab ourselves a library, and we also want to make sure we're not starving now that we have finished the settler, and starvation is actually a definite problem. Okay. Let's 24 turns. $16 turns, 24 turns. Alright, librarian 5 turns. We're working some decent food tiles, decent production tile. That also gets us 2 gold and a faith. Okay. No one wants that. Encampment cleared. It's too bad. And this settler will go and drop over in this desert. That'll get us a little more faith, and we'll eventually be able to improve the marble. So, if I drop right here, or drop over here. There's nothing much in the way of sea resources, and all of these desert tiles are pretty useless. We've got some desert hills, a couple special resources on the desert, plus with our desert folklore, it won't be as useless. Alright, so we still have one more trade route available, and I think that it can be either a cargo ship or a caravan. Since Akkad might soon fall, that limits our cargo ship options, so I might have to go for a caravan. And actually a caravan might be able to make it between Babylon and Timok, so if Akkad does fail, there's the option there. So we've already had 3 religions founded, there are 2 religions left, and we might miss out on that. Although if we found this city here, that'll definitely help us as far as having more faith rolling in goes. Okay, let's get that free worker. And we'll get the horses online. Okay. Looking at the demographics, the Zulu aren't even number 1 as far as soldiers go, and we're definitely the weakest, so we'll probably want to get that value up a little, or at least try to stay friendly with our neighbors and hope that they protect us from the Zulu. There's the copper online. We might need that copper to offset the unhappiness from founding these cities here. I think I want to get into position to improve the marble as quickly as possible. And let's get the cotton rolling as well. Let's see, who has money and will they buy our luxury goods for full price? Babylon doesn't, and Shaka is not our friend, so he won't be buying our goods either. Okay, grabbing some experience on the Pathfinder. Go and found our city on this hill. Although we could settle on this desert tile, since the city automatically produces a minimum of 2 food and 1 production, so that rescues 1 tile, leaving us the desert tile. But I am short on food, and at least this way I have a better chance of grabbing the fish. No, it's equidistant. Whatever. Let's see what this looks like. So the fish are out of range. At least we get the 3 hammers there. Let's go production focus. Stagnation until we can get the fish. That's definitely fair. and start production on a library so that we can get to work on the National College as soon as possible. Okay, there goes the statue of Zeus. Timok has grown. Once the granary is finished, it'll start growing very rapidly. Let's actually go and lock down starvation A. Okay, I can balance that out. 4 turns versus 4 turns. Well, I get a little more gold rolling this way, so I'm happy with that. Okay. Plus that works a nice tile that our capital doesn't have the population to work at the moment. Looks like Akkad is doing just fine at defending itself. Glad to see that. And let's get the marble quarry rolling. Okay, Tumok wants truffles while our capital wants wine, so we'll definitely want to keep our eyes out for trading opportunities in that department. And we've definitely missed out on getting a ridiculous number of ancient runes, but we do have a nicely secluded area, so that should keep our tensions with the other AI civs down, possibly allowing us to field a very minimal military. Okay, there goes the Colossus. What do I want next here? We could grab a cargo ship, and perhaps perform trade missions with some of these city-states. Or we could go for a caravan to get a little more science going by trading with Babylon. I think we'll go with the caravan here, and because I would much rather prefer a little more gold rolling than have some military units, which I think we can get away with without for now, which will just eat into our treasury with their upkeep. I also think that 4 cities is probably enough for now, at least until I get to the National College rolling. We have a bunch of gold, which means we'll be able to buy a library. Since Timok is a little limited, no, it actually has reasonable production. Let's, after we finish that granary, see how long the library will take us. We'll probably end up buying the library over in our southern city, and then getting to work right away on the National College. At least as soon as Agedica finishes its library. So there's cotton online. And let's go get the horses rolling, which we can go and sell to our friendly neighbors, either Babylon or the Iroquois. 1, 2, 3. Settling here would get us the 2 fish out of range of the wheat. If we go over this way, we'll be a little farther from Babylon, which could be good for as far as tensions go. And then we'd have the wheat and the fish potentially in range. So let's move down and try to go for this particular spot. Well, actually, so what I'll do is make this the very last turn and see if you guys have any thoughts on where exactly you want this city to be settled. Gonna grab the experience there, clear this encampment. There's the wheel done. Alright, so let's just go and save this game. And that's it for today. I look forward to seeing your comments and suggestions.